Hi guys, today we're going to be reading a book called The Fantastic Undersea Life of Jacques Cousteau by Dan Yaccarino. Look at all the sea animals there. Have you guys seen or learned about some of these animals? Let's get started. Jacques Cousteau loved the sea. He spent his whole life exploring it. The ocean was the most incredible place he'd ever seen, and he wanted to share its beauty with the world. It says, the sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonderful forever. Jacques Cousteau. Growing up in France, little Jacques was a weak and sickly boy. Doctors encouraged him to swim to build up his strength. He discovered that he loved water. Jacques also loved to tinker and build all sorts of gadgets. He saved his money and bought a camera to make his own movies, then took it apart to see how it worked. Do you guys do that? Take stuff apart to see how it works? When he was a young man, Jacques was badly hurt in a car accident. Doctors told him he would have to wear arm braces for the rest of his life, but he refused to accept this. Just as he had done before, he turned to the sea for strength and swam every day in the Mediterranean. Wow. A friend gave him a pair of goggles so that he could see underwater. Those goggles changed his life forever. Cousteau wanted to stay underwater longer to see even more. The diving suits of his day were heavy and bulky. They didn't allow much freedom of movement. An air hose tethered the diver to a boat. So Jacques set about tinkering, fashioning snorkels from things like inner tubes and garden hose. But they weren't good enough. Cousteau and his engineer friend, Emily Gagnon, created a breathing apparatus that they called the aqualung. It was the first machine that would let a diver breathe underwater for long periods of time. Oh, look at the suit. It's supposed to help you breathe for longer periods of time. Let's see. Now, Cousteau was free to truly explore. A silent world opened up to him. Ooh. Have you guys ever been snorkeling before under the water or wore goggles while you swim so you could see under the water? Cousteau wanted to share the amazing beauty of the sea with the world, so he created an airtight cover for his camera. He made lights to illuminate the sea's mysteries and found ways to film underwater. He found ways to record underwater. Wow. Look at that. Cousteau bought a boat and turned it into his very own floating research lab and film studio. He sailed his beloved Cousteau all over the world. Cousteau discovered many treasures. He discovered many treasures in the Mediterranean Sea, and it was there that he shot The Silent World, the first full-length, full-color underwater film ever made. It took the world by storm. Cousteau's film gave people their first glimpse of the amazing universe under the waves. Everyone loved what they saw, as much as Jacques did, and they wanted to see more. So Cousteau set about showing them. He and his team created even better diving equipment and cameras. Here they are shooting. Look at that. Cousteau's team invented the diving saucer, which could hold 2 people and descend 350 meters into the ocean. Whoa. Next came the Sea Fleet, which held 1 person and could go down 500 meters. Cousteau was on a never-ending quest to go deeper and learn more. Cousteau explained the frigid waters of Antarctica and found them teeming with penguins, humpback whales, and squid. Have you ever heard of some of those animals? There goes some penguins and the whales, the squid at the bottom. Oh, look, there he goes, filming them. Cousteau wanted to see if people could actually live underwater. He and his team built a series of underwater labs where people lived and worked for days and weeks at a time. Could you imagine that? Working weeks at a time under the water? They all have on their diving suits. But they found that people need sunlight to live. So Cousteau's dream of colonizing the ocean was not to be. Jacques Cousteau was the world's ambassador of the oceans. He produced 50 books, 2 encyclopedias, and dozens of documentary films. Wow, he's done a lot. He's pretty amazing. He must know a lot about under the sea. His popular TV series, The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau, brought whales, octopuses, otters, and dolphins right into people's living rooms. Guys, he even made a TV show. Wow. While exploring off the coast of Australia, Cousteau and his crew saw coral reefs, kelp forests, and sponge gardens. They came face to face with the leafy sea dragon. Oh my goodness. Look at that sea dragon. When diving in the waters near France, Cousteau and his crew found a sunken ship full of wine jars over 2,200 years old. They tasted the wine. Alas, it was bitter. Wow. So he's discovering new things too. He's done a TV show, wrote encyclopedias, and now he's finding new things under the sea. The fish off the coast of Africa were friendly and curious and did not swim away. Cousteau was the first human being they had ever seen. A big grouper adopted the crew while they were filming and mischievously knocked over lights and cameras. Look at that one. Cousteau and his team explored the world. But when they went back to the Mediterranean, Cousteau found it had changed. The seas were polluted. Plants and animals were dying. And the ocean's ambassador became their most important defender. He started the Cousteau Society, which is committed to educating people about the ocean life and protecting our seas from pollution. So now he teaches people how to keep the ocean clean. Jacques Cousteau loved the sea. He shared its beauty with the world so that everyone could love and cherish it too. Wow. And it just says some events in Jacques Cousteau's life. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book, friends.